Good day. I'm West Carrollton Mayor Jeff Sanner. On behalf of my 2021 City Council colleagues, Deputy Mayor Leanne Nash, and Council members Angie Fryman, Harold Robinson, Rick Barnhart, Jill Tomlin, and Amanda Zenny, we welcome you to 2022 as we take a look back at 2021 in the city of West Carrollton. We all share the goal of making West Carrollton better, and it's an honor to lead this effort as your mayor. While we still find ourselves in the midst of the pandemic, which has added a profound burden on so many, our city council and staff have never faltered in their commitment to you, our residents. Challenging, unprecedented, and stressful are a few of the words that can be used to describe some of the difficulties surrounding the continuing pandemic in 2021. But so many in our community have continued making positive and generous contributions, all of which make the city a better place to live. The city has a number of commissions, boards, and committees where citizens can be actively engaged in our community. We'd like to thank the more than 40 people who volunteered their time to serve in this capacity last year. We had a number of community volunteers help our neighbors in many ways, from assisting families displaced by fires to volunteering at one of the city events, and even coaching our youth sports teams. These volunteers are absolutely essential in keeping a thriving community moving forward. Thank you for being involved in your city. One of City Council and city staff's main goals is being transparent in our communication with our residents. Hopefully you have watched a City Council meeting on our cable channel, or you keep up with city events via our website and Facebook pages. There are several ways for our residents and businesses to stay informed. News releases are posted on the city's website, 4 quarterly newsletters are mailed and available online to everyone in the community. We also provide this information to the 1,000 or so subscribers who have signed up for our city email update group. Facebook is also an excellent way to keep up to date on city news and upcoming events. We want you to be informed, to ask questions, and to be heard. Having said that, let's start by giving you a review of where our city stands financially as of the end of 2021. The city rallied strong financially in 2021 despite continuing pandemic concerns. The recovery will put us on track to the revenue levels that we had pre-2020. With perseverance, cooperation, determination, and hard work, our residents, businesses, and employees pulled together and came out stronger on the other side. The city has solid, responsible management strategies in place, so in 2021 we were able to increase our reserves for the future while maintaining our high level of service. Inflation has become a concern in 2022. However, we will continue to monitor our situation and make adjustments accordingly to protect public funds and interests. As always, the health, safety, and welfare of our community is our number one priority as we continue to navigate the current societal climate and repercussions of the pandemic. We are working hard to provide the very best service to our residents while also promoting city development and thinking about how we can make things better for you, the citizens of West Carrollton. While very different than 2020, 2021 was another unprecedented and challenging year for the men and women of the West Carrollton Police Department. Yet they always remained vigilant, committed to providing the safest and most effective law enforcement service to our community. The police department was reaccredited for the 10th consecutive time from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, or CALEA. The CALEA accreditation process is voluntary, but we choose to be part of this selected group because it gives the department an opportunity to perform against a nationally established set of professional standards. Over the course of last year, our officers responded to approximately 14,000 calls for service. Year over year, that was an increase of about 19% of Part 1 crimes. These include assault, burglary, robbery, homicide, sexual assault, and auto theft. One of the main reasons for the increase in these types of crimes can be attributed to the number of fraud complaints that the department investigated, which were up almost 100%. Most of those complaints were pandemic related. The number of non-injury traffic accidents also saw an increase of about 26%, and accidents resulting in injury increased by 8%. Again, these increases can likely be attributed to the pandemic, as we saw a substantial increase in the number of vehicles on our roadways, nearly back to pre-pandemic levels. The Shop with a Hero program was again held in December. The department is very proud to participate every year with other local departments. Officers enjoy spending time with children from our community while they shop for the holiday gifts. Our police department takes great pride in the level of service they provide to the community and look forward to 2022. Staff in the fire department had a busy 2021 too. As a full-service fire department with a staff of 20 part-time and 12 career personnel, they respond to fires, medical emergencies, hazardous material issues, and perform technical rescues. In 2021, the department had an almost 6% increase in calls for service over 2020. 3/4 of those were EMS related. Other calls included 30 structure and 10 vehicle fires, resulting in unfortunate loss of just over $1 million. Through the fire levies passing in the fall of 2020, the fire department has hired 4 additional full-time firefighter paramedics. These positions allow us to improve our daily staffing of our fire stations, maintain and improve response times, and continue our overall service to our community. Each year, the workload for our first responders grows into more than just putting out fires. Like most, the fire department found it challenging to deal with the influx of pandemic-related information initially. However, the department developed new procedures and systems to help keep the staff and patients safe while maintaining our outstanding service levels. The latest spike in the Omicron variant increased calls for service and upped the risk of our personnel becoming infected and ill. We're especially proud of our firefighters as they are able to adapt on the fly and whenever necessary. The fire department applies for grants every year to fund additional important projects. In 2021, they were awarded $146,000 from the Assistance Firefighters Grant to replace their self-contained breathing apparatus. These are the firefighters' air tanks that are vitally important as they head into a fire. The new tanks meet the latest safety standards, which help keep our firefighters safer, and in turn our citizens too. The fire department always works to ensure they are using the latest medical technology for various medical emergencies they encounter. As of 2021, all of our medic units are now outfitted with powered lift cot and load systems. Repeatedly loading and unloading cots in and out of an ambulance can take a toll on the body. The new system helps both the operator and the patient by safely moving the cot through the loading and unloading process. Another grant-funded device in the toolkit is the Lucas chest compression system. This device helps rescuers by delivering effective, consistent, and continuous chest compressions for patients in cardiac arrest. Providing effective and uninterrupted chest compressions are essential when performing CPR and can greatly improve the chances of survival for a patient. Our Fire Prevention Division task is to help prevent fires and reduce the impact of fires that do occur. To do this, the division performs inspections of businesses and large commercial and residential structures as mandated by the state and local ordinances and the city building codes. The fire department also works in conjunction with the planning department to ensure that new construction meets the minimum fire safety requirements. Last year, the division inspected almost 200 buildings, reviewed 50 building plans, and issued about 50 certificates of occupancy in the city. It goes without saying, but should always bear repeating, your West Carrollton Fire Department is committed to the mission of dedicated professionals providing exceptional service to the community. They encourage you to get involved in helping reduce risk in our community. You can make a difference by preparing early, before a possible emergency. As a quick reminder, please install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms in your home as one way to prepare and protect your family. We would like to thank the community for your continued involvement and the support of our local firefighters. From providing exceptional safety and daily life services to providing community programs and events, figuring out ways to make living in West Carrollton even better is always at the top of our minds. 2021 saw us bring people together safely for activities and events. We welcomed back most of our in-person events in 2021 and continued several of our new events from 2020 for the second year. During the summer, we held teen swim nights at the pool. Our annual doggy dive returned with a new date and time, which was very well received. The city's event schedule is always busiest as we head into the fall. Through the end of the year, and 2021 was no exception. The city put on its first rock concert down by the riverfront in mid-October, which was well attended, so much so that we are excited to announce that the event will return in 2022. The annual Monster Mash event for the kids made its comeback, as did the very popular Halloween home decorating contest. The father-daughter dance returned to the Fire Station 56, and over 100 girls made memories to last a lifetime as they danced and got their photos taken with their fathers, uncles, or grandfathers. December started off with the gingerbread house decorating contest being held in person again. We had public vote for the winners via social media, where the submissions were seen by over 10,000 people. The holiday festival and tree lighting, along with a visit from Santa, was followed up by the second year of the Luminary Walk through Wilson Park. The Parks Department also introduced the Big Adirondack Chair for photos for all ages. The chair changes design for the seasons and travels around the city to different locations. So be on the lookout for which park it may pop up next. After the pandemic forced the closure of Wilson Pool in 2020, council and staff, along with many residents of the city, were excited for its reopening. We had over 30,000 visitors pass through the gates this past summer. The Parks Department, 2 service days, Community Pride Day in the spring, and Rake Rally in the fall were successful as well. These are 2 examples of great ways to get involved and to help our neighbors throughout the community. We very much appreciate all the volunteers who help at our events. The Parks Department also provides a community garden located next to the Senior Center. We had 5 residents harvest a plot growing vegetables and flowers last year. The city received its 32nd consecutive Tree City Award. To be considered for this award, the city must spend a minimum of $2 per resident each year to the care, maintenance, and installation of trees throughout the city. Pruning, removing, planting, watering, and mulching are all part of the yearly tree program. Our staff maintains approximately 300 trees throughout the city each year. Let's move on to the update on the economic development front. We welcomed 15 new small businesses to West Carrollton in 2021. One of our established companies, Nuvasive, expanded their West Carrollton facility last year. They pledged an investment of over $2 million in their facility's infrastructure, while adding over $10 million in 3D printing equipment. This investment also brings 30 new jobs to the city, with an annual payroll just shy of $2 million. Agora Realty Group moved into a former city-owned property at 31 Locust Street. The group renovated the entire building. Their addition will bring new jobs and a payroll of $500,000 yearly. We are excited to welcome all of our new businesses and are grateful for the investment made in our community. The city also took its first step to go green. West Carrollton was one of 16 Montgomery County recipients of a grant from the Ohio EPA. The $15,000 grant was used to fund the purchase and installation of an electric vehicle charging station that can service 2 vehicles at a time, and it's located at the point on East Central Avenue near Exit 47. As we continue to work on developing the riverfront property in West Carrollton, we plan to bring our community a new recreational area and community gathering place. The main feature of that space will be Whitewater Park, built near the low dam on the Great Miami River. The Whitewater Park will establish a channel that provides features for kayakers of all levels, from beginners to professional athletes, and include an area for wave surfing. Safety improvements for the low dam will be made as part of the project. We're very excited about this initiative as a piece of our plan to grow private development around Exit 47 interchange and along the corridor as a whole. We are looking forward to beginning the feasibility and design phase in March of this year. While working on our economic development this year, we also continue to drive a number of important improvements throughout the community. A function of the Planning Community Development Department is to guide, review, issue permits, and inspect the construction of commercial, industrial, and residential buildings and projects in the city. In 2021, there was over $30 million worth of construction projects in their beginning stages through completion. Several of the larger 2021 business projects included building additions to implement a third manufacturing line at Crown Cork and Seal, construction of the West Carrollton School District's pre-K through first grade building, interior modifications to a robotic sorting system at Missoumi, an interior remodel of the showroom and service department at CarMax, construction of a new Valvoline instant oil change, and renovations of Wood Hills and Indian Trail apartment complexes. This year, the department also completed the 5th year of the residential rental registration and education program. We have approximately 850 registered rental properties in the city. Last year, our code enforcement staff inspected 200 of those properties as part of the program. As properties are inspected, code violations, if discovered, are issued. Typically, landlords resolve any issues quickly, and many of the city's landlords proactively address potential violations prior to these inspections. We'd like to thank our rental property owners and landlords for diligence in making the city's rental properties safe for our citizens. Code enforcement staff complemented other neighborhood preservation efforts with proactive enforcement of property maintenance and zoning regulations, all aimed at maintaining and creating a positive impact on neighborhood property values. 2 other initiatives undertaken to make it easier for citizens to build within our city included overhauling the city's building permit fee system to reduce fees for builders, and to make a fee system easier to understand and administer. We also have a new, more efficient online system to help customers get through our permitting process faster and easier. Our North Elm Street improvement project at the Carrollton Center is almost complete. We held our first event there celebrating the start of Mardi Gras on March the 1st. The city's service department also works and maintains the property values by providing high-quality water and sewer services, prompt snow and ice removal, effective household refuse removal, and top-notch engineering projects. As it does each year, the street division made repairs to our streets, performed quarterly large trash collections, kept the streets free of debris, and picked up the leaves for us in the fall. In addition to normal refuse collections, crews collected bulk items, scrap metal, tires, old paint, cans, used oil, and appliances during the quarterly large trash pickups, at no extra cost to our residents. The Water Division is responsible for both maintaining the distribution system for the city's potable water supply and the sanitary sewage collection system. Staff perform daily monitoring and control of the treatment and pumping operations, along with immediate response to emergency situations. For example, crews often work into the night as several water main breaks were promptly repaired. Water mains are flushed and fire hydrants are regularly tested to ensure they are functioning properly, while sanitary sewers are cleaned on a 3-year cycle to minimize sewer stoppages. While daily service department operations are always a priority, the city is also responsible for major infrastructure improvements each year. Several of our bigger 2021 projects include completing the Central Avenue Road repaving from the wastewater treatment plant to Miami Avenue, in addition to the city's yearly road paving projects. Completing the yearly curb sidewalk repair program, the construction of a new large water main on North Elm Street, and completing the design of a new water well, which will be constructed over the next year. This will increase the groundwater production for the city. This past year, the city saw the retirement of 3 valued employees, 1 from the Planning and Community Development Department and 2 from the Finance Department. We want to thank them for their contributions to the city and the citizens we serve, and wish them the best in their well-deserved retirement. The year also saw new staff being welcomed to the city. In addition to the fire and police personnel, the city filled 9 vacancies, including both part-time and full-time positions. We welcomed 3 new faces in the service department, along with 2 new staff each in our finance, parks, and planning departments. As we reopened the pool for 2021, we hired 41 seasonal employees to run our city pool from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Like so many of you, our employees faced new and different challenges, but they were focused on and dedicated to the goal of providing excellent service to our citizens and businesses. The City of West Carrollton's accomplishments in another complex year are made possible through the collaboration and efforts of our employees. This spirit of collaboration and resilience has allowed us to navigate through many unique challenges. But with those challenges come exciting opportunities. This doesn't mean that we are perfect or that we have it all together all the time. It does, however, show that we are moving in the right direction and collaborating with the right partners for the purpose of improving the quality of life that we have here in West Carrollton. We will continue to provide transparent communication and multiple opportunities to stay informed and involved in your community. We hope you continue to be an active participant in local events, and we encourage you to learn about and participate in your local government. If you have questions, ask us. I will reiterate what I firmly believe to be true. I know we have good people doing good things, and we are grateful that the community comes together to help others. It is our wish for you to continue to be good to yourself, your family, your friends, and your neighbors. Thank you, citizens of West Carrollton, for helping keep us all strong, economically, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day.